This is the story of Muslims amongst the Gullah people in African American history, as Black Lives Matters, Islam and Muslims in American experience matters as well. For we have a very long, rich history in the United States amongst the Gullah people. Salih Bilali is one of the early Muslim leaders out of the Georgia coastal area. You have Muslims that lived amongst the Gullah people. Gullah people are the first people to build the first houses out of sand, seashells, and limestones. There's many stories, many books about them. Many of them have very rich Islamic history and tradition all throughout the United States. Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. They left tombstones with the one finger on for the symbol of the oneness of God. There's stories of Muslim women wearing their prayer beads and having their scarves on. There's many rich stories amongst the Gullah people, their traditions and organizations that they establish. Women organizations, men organizations, the living style. So come, explore the history of the Gullah people all throughout the United States. See, they told us we couldn't read and write, but here's some of the early writings of Bilali Muhammad, who was another Gullah leader amongst the Muslim people and the Gullah people out of Georgia, South Carolina. The Islamic houses that they built and designed. Here's the brothers with a kufi on, wearing his kufi. So there's many stories all throughout the Gullah people through the prayer houses, which they call praise houses. So come explore the exhibit of the Gullah people amongst the African American people, as well as Muslim Americans. Here's a church in Savannah, Georgia. It has two doors, one for male, one for female. Has this Arabic script written on its pews all throughout. There's stories all throughout the history of Muslims and African Americans amongst the Gullah people. Even on the Eastern Shore, you see the early churches with Islamic design from out of the East. Job ibn Dijallo, the first Hafiz in the United States. Kunta Kinte and his grandson Chicken George in a throne. You have other African American personalities, Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and many more that talks about the history and the contribution of African Americans amongst the Gullah people in the Eastern Shore and the contributions that we made all throughout. So Black Lives Matter, and as well as Black Lives, Muslim Matters, all lives matters.